Okay, I'm back with this aircon head unit on a C4. I did take a video, but it didn't come out, so I've got some pictures which I'll show you when I took it all apart. Here they are now, and you have a look at all these pictures, you'll see what it looks like on the inside. You just need to check everything, make sure there's no broken solders, all the resistors are not leaking. There's a few things there. I'm not an electronic expert or anything like that. That could be more checked up on, like a few of these big resistors, but I'm not going to worry about them at the moment, because the head unit, it might be the problem at the moment, but it's probably find that there's more problems to be fixed. So yeah, and right here, these are the parts that I cleaned with a rubber. That's where all the buttons get pressed on there, so if you clean all those up, you'll probably find that the head unit will work and all the buttons will work, so definitely worth taking apart and cleaning. Alright. Okay, I'm back in the C4 and I've just put this air conditioning module all back together after cleaning all the switches which weren't working properly. Most of the time they never work, but so anyway, got the rubber out, cleaned all those rubbers, checked. So if I turn it on now, on auto, see the button works instantly, the fan comes on, fan goes up, the fan goes down, so this is all good, temperatures are all working good, goes down, that's all good. So press that button, circulate button, that works, that one works, that one works, that one works, they all work. So that's good, they all work, but there's still the problem of the fan only blowing out up the top here at the demister. So I'm going to have to find the HVAC module. I think it's down there somewhere up under the dash, so I'll have to pull it out and do a little bit of investigating, and well, I've done everything else, so it has to be that. So I think once I find that, pull it apart, do what I have to do, what's necessary, I'm sure we can get around this and get it going again. Alright, thanks. Cheers. Okay, I've got to pull out this vacuum module, which is right down under here. If you can see it, that black box there, that one there, and it's got them vacuum wires on it. That's how I know it is it. So it's got one bolt there. Alright, I'm going to try and remove it. It's going to be fun. I've watched the Batee video, the bloke who fixes all these things up. He says you've got to stand on your head. Well, I'm going to have to stand on my head and more, because this car has been converted to right because I'm in Australia, and I've got these pedals to navigate through as well. So alright, I'm going to stand on my head, turn upside down and stand on my head again. Alright. Okay, I've undone this module and taken it down. I also have taken this part out here. It just connects onto those vacuum lines, and it's held on by two 6mm bolts. The box itself only had one bolt to get out, not two, so that was good, and that's it there, that corner. So what we're going to do now is there's 4 of these. I've taken one off already, and they got cork. It's a cork kind of stuff, and if I show you, I'll just pull this one off. It just disintegrates, it just falls apart. And apparently this gets sucked in through that little hole and gets blocked in here, and this is what is one of the main causes of why when you turn your fan on, it won't spray at you or on the feet, or just come up to the top of the windscreen, the demister side of things. So apparently if I get rid of all this old cork and then clean this out with a vacuum cleaner, try and suck as See if I can suck some stuff out of there if I can. This will help fix it. Now what I'm going to do is clean all them out, and then I've made some foam pieces up so thick, something that can breathe, and I'm going to stick them in there and slide it down, and we'll see if that fixes it. Hopefully it does. But I've looked at everything else on this. You've got all these little wires which connect to all these little holes here, and they're all there. This connector, it looks pretty good. No rust or corrosion around it. Pretty good. And on the back here I've checked all these solders, and there's no corrosion. It looks like a brand new one to me. There's no cracks or anything like that. And there's only one little resistor down here, and it looks as clean as a whistle. So this part looks good to me, so I'll go and fix all this up now, and I'll see you then. Okay, I'll explain to you how I put these filters on. So I'll show you exactly how I made them as well. I'll put this down here. I bought this stuff. It's just a foam, basically. It's a double-sided foam which you can stick on your doors, you know, to seal off your doors so there's no gaps around your doors. And I'm talking about doors inside your house. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Just that stuff. It's got a double-sided sticky tape on it. So what I did is I cut some pieces off like that, and all I did was just ripped it off and the double-sided sticky tape like that until I got the piece that was like that. And now what I do is, like, that is obviously too big for that, but the reason why I made it twice the size because I want to make sure that there's a good filter on there. So I fold it over like that. Now all this is a shiny bit of paper, not one of your, just not a flimsy piece of paper, a little bit of a stiff one. I just cut it out so that I can slot it inside of these, because these are what hold that on. That slips over like that. So what you do is put your filter like that. Make sure it's nice and flush on the ground there. Get your piece of paper, stick it like that, and get your bracket that's going to secure it down. Push it down over the top of that, just keeping it secure. Just pull it up every time you push it down. And once you got it in the spot, there it is. Pull it out, and that's how you do it. So pretty simple. It's not hard at all. And that filter should be good enough to go. That's what Batee does, the bloke who fixes all these up. He recommends, well, he sends out kits with a filter. So I believe it'll be very similar to this. So that's how I got that idea. He uses a credit card. If you want to use a credit card, use a credit card. But I just got a piece of paper down here. Yeah, so I'll fix the other one up and go from there. Thought I'd take this piece out as well. May as well, there's only 2 bolts, that one there and another one there, those 2 holes. So I'll take it out and have a good look at it, just see if we can see any problems. But I've had a good look at it, and doesn't seem to be any mess coming from any of those parts. Everything looks really clean, actually. The plug itself if we get out in the sun. It looks really good. All the bits on the back here. But yeah, that's it. So I'll put everything back in now and see if she works. Okay, I'm back with the aircon HVAC module, and what I've done so far, fixed up all the buttons on the head unit, fixed up all the filters on here. I've put it all back together, and unfortunately it still doesn't work. So I've done a bit of scouting around on the internet, and what I've found is basically all got to do now with vacuum. Now, as we all know, got to get this little bugger out. It's got one of those impossible bloody bolts in there that are impossible to get out. So what I've done is just cut the bastard off. The reason I've cut the bastard off is because a lot of people recommend just bypassing this whole piece altogether, and if I show you why, pull it off, because I've already taken out that bolt and nut, and there's that little stupid little, what do they call it, a split pin or something, Nelly, I don't know. Anyway, there's that, and the washer that went with it. Okay, so we see here you got these rubbers here, and look how soft they are. And what I've been told on the Corvette Forum by quite a few people that have been doing a thread for close on 20 years now on this, it just keeps rolling along because people always have these problems and reach out to the internet to find out what's going on, just like I have. They find out that this ends up being the major problem when they've done everything else, because it's so flimsy, and when the vacuum sucks through it, these holes close, which then null and voids whatever you press, and it goes back to the windscreen, which is the standard procedure if there's a problem. So at least you've got the demister that works. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bypass this whole entire piece, and if you have a look here, you can see there I've done those filters right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these wires all down around as close as I can down to here. I'm going to put this back together and leave it there, but not connected at all. And these tubes, I've bought a 3mm piping, and I'm going to wedge them over the top of that and then reconnect them to the ones underneath the dash. So I'll show you this example here. This is one of the old tubes which I've already cut, and as you can see I've already put it through probably about 1/4 of an inch, and believe me, that seemed pretty tight. And what I did is I just put a heat gun on the end of that. You can use a hairdryer or whatever, but use a bit of heat on the end of this white tube, heat it up for 20 seconds or so, and then quickly put it on the end of your pipe and push it through, and you'll get it up a little bit further than what you would any other way. You can put some WD-40 on there, some people have said, wedged it in, which I haven't tried, but I think the heat gun's even better, because then there's no slipperage in there, and it's in there forever. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to chop all these wires off, join them to the ones underneath the dash, and fingers crossed, peoples, that will fix the vents. Fingers crossed. Please, please. So it's all got to do with vacuum. So the first thing I did to make sure I had vacuum was to check the vacuum pipe, which comes all the way in from the engine bay, I think from around the cruise control area. And so that's the main one, the vacuum. So without that, nothing else will work. So what I did was I started the car up, turned on everything, turned the fans on, blah blah blah. And then what I did is I got up underneath the dash, got that black wire, which is right here. You see right there in my hand. Black piping, I should say. I keep calling it a wire. It's black piping. And what I ended up doing is it should be vacuum, it should be sucking. So I just got a piece of paper, just a small little piece of paper, like fingernail size, and I stuck it up around there, and it just stuck to it like glue. So it's definitely sucking. So that's one quick way to find out if your vacuum line is working, because it's pretty hard to find out any other way. So yeah, just use the old paper test, stick a bit of paper on it, make sure you got a nice flush cut on that pipe, and yeah, and turn everything on. Make sure you got the motor going, because if without the motor going you won't have a vacuum. So try that, and if you got vacuum, well, then you can do what I'm about to do now. Okay, as you can see, I've now put all these pipes on the end of all these connectors. There's 5 of them. There's a black one hiding down there, as you can see right there. So I've put all these pipes as extra security. You can see they've gone on a good quarter of an inch, if not a little bit more. But just a bit of added extra security. Even though I don't think they're going to come off, I just put some electrical tape and just stretched the crap out of it to make sure that it was going to seal really good. So yeah, so now I'll put that up in the dash now and connect the other ends. Okay, and just one more last thing before I put this aircon HVAC module back up under the dash. This old piece of cardboard which covers it's had its days, you can see, so I've got rid of that, and I just got this clear, just from an old strawberry container. I just stuck it over the top of it, at least you can see inside it's covered up too, and adds just a little bit of a time warp for someone down the road in about, I don't know, 30 years maybe, when I sell it. So yeah, they'll be thinking, if this ever plays up, hopefully it'll never play up ever again, because I've fixed it like better than brand new, or it should be better than brand new. So anyway, it might be 50 years in time when someone takes this apart and goes, I wonder where that's from. Okay, that there has been my cocoon for the last 2 days. I hope you can hear me. I've got the car going. I put the module in. I taped everything up, joined it all up here. I secured it with tape again, just to make sure nothing gets pulled out by accident. As you can see there's some tape there. I'm actually going to put, no sorry, that's just to tell me what colour lead these clear ones are, so I put the right one in the right place. So I put it all together. I prayed just before I put it in, because I did not want to go down there again, and guess what, it bloody works. You can't really see there because I've got the dash in the road, but if I press a button, it's coming out the top here. Let's see if I can get it down here. If I press coming down below, that below button, it now stops, and it's coming out down here, yes. If I press the demister, it comes out the top. So it works. So thanks everyone on Corvette Forum. After having a go at 2 other things, like fixing the buttons up on that set, pulling the dash all apart, as you can see, but I had to pull it apart for other things as well. That was the problem. That there, just get rid of it. Do what I did. You can see right there. Cut it. Let's turn that, pull that key out, eh? Just cut it. Join all these plastic wires. What I should say is, you can see this plug here, there's actually a gap right there, so I didn't have to drill any holes or anything. I just used that gap and ran everything out through there. Just get rid of that. That's where your problem is. All the vacuum must be getting lost through here. So yep, just joined it all, bypassed it all, put new pipes in, put it together and it works. I am so excited, it is not funny. Alright then, that's it. This one's finished. Goodbye.